What's going on, everybody, and welcome on into episode number 251. Got like a frog in my throat. Great way to start the show. Episode 251 of the Garage Beers podcast, brought to you proudly here on the OBR streaming network. The OBR, the best place for Browns coverage anywhere in Cleveland. Plus, you get to hang out with us Tuesday nights and talk about every other sport that you love. Tonight, we're going to talk about a lot of them. It's been an all-star situation, so we're going to get into a little bit of an all-star conversation, and we got a fun little trivia game we're going to play regarding that. Plus, we've got the back end of the season coming for both the Blue Jackets and the Cavs. We'll talk about that. We got the Guardians in spring training. We'll talk about that and any other big news we feel like talking about. So you've joined us for a great night here on the Garage Beers podcast on the OBR streaming network. Again, shout out to the OBR. Get over to theobr.com and subscribe. And wherever you're watching us tonight, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Whether it's, really anywhere else you might want to go to watch us, make sure you are following along. And on the socials, make sure you are following the show at The Garage Beers on all the socials. With you as always, I'm your host, Michael Keefe. Find me online. Oh, I was going to make this a big reveal, Joe. I was going to make it a reveal, and you just showed up.
I had the power.
Joe.
I just did it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Joe.
I'm Michael Keefe at Garage Beers, Mike. Joining me over on the east side of Cleveland in tremendous lighting, beautiful background over there. It's Chad Meyer at Garage Beers. Chad, what up, Chad?
Well, I mean, bring Joe in because I want to see if you guys have heard the story. If both of you heard this story.
Well, now hold on. Let me introduce Joe.
Joey looks like
for the first time in a hot minute
in his apartment right now.
This is it's like we have a special guest.
Yeah,
because Joe's back.
I'm pretty special.
Joe's in the house. I feel like he needs to wipe off his camera, though. You look like you're glowing.
Really?
You do. You look like you're in. It looks like the most humid apartment you've ever or living room you've ever been in.
Angelic Joe has joined the show. Oh, so much better.
There he is.
Is that better? Really?
Yeah, I love it. I love this comment. How about Serge in the comments? Joey's streaming in 140p.
Oh, don't give me that much credit. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Man, I looked like an idiot in that meeting I just had.
Like an idiot.
All right, Chad. So what do you got going on here that you got?
Have you guys seen this Onijah Robinson story?
I don't
know.
Dude, I just learned about it today. So this 33-year-old crazy bitch from New York, she went online and met a Pakistani fella. He's 19 years old. Sure. And she was like, you know what? Man, I'm really in love with this guy. I think I'm going to move to Pakistan. And she's a mother of four, by the way. So she's leaving her children's to go move to Pakistan with this 19-year-old. So and she's like, oh man, but really, I'm finding true love, and this is going to be great, guys. So I'll be back, and eventually I'll bring you guys over. But turns out the 19-year-old's parents did not approve. And big shocker there of an older foreign woman. And all of a sudden she woke up one day and the family was gone. They weren't there. All their stuff was packed out of there. Goodbye. And so she was waiting there she was just waiting there for them to come back. And she's like, now what? So she decided she didn't want to go home. Her 30-day visa went home, so decided to go out in the street and just stage a sit-in. She staged sit-ins, and she called press conferences, and she demanded $100,000 from the Pakistani government to leave the country. For sure. But 20 of it was going to go towards the streets. I mean, this lady's concentrating on Pakistani infrastructure.
Get your bag.
She's talking about she needs buses. This place needs taxis. This place needs to be completely rebuilt.
Sure.
And I need $20K by the end of the week, or else I am leaving this country. Do you guys think Pakistan? Gave into this?
There's just this part of me that feels like they probably did not.
No, they definitely didn't. But she is still claiming that the government needs to fix this shit. Otherwise, she is not leaving. And so, long story short, she went to the psychiatric hospital in Pakistan. She got out, and she's now claiming that this 19-year-old and her are married. They're moving to Dubai and having a baby. Way to go. Way to go. And that's where the story is kind of ended. right now. She's still demanding $20K from the government. She's like, if you guys don't drop any money off, I'm not going to Dubai. And that's where we're at. That's where this is. More to come. More details.
That's crazy.
But this is what an insane story.
Chad, you're locked in, buddy. You're locked in.
I'm fascinated by this thing because what kind of crazy bitch is this doing this? Yeah. Anyway,
right.
How are you guys?
Joe, what's going on with you, buddy?
I raise your crazy Pakistani. What?
Have you been in Pakistan? Is that where you've been?
No.
Joe?
Are you claiming to be a 19-year-old in Pakistan?
No.
Joe?
No.
You've been gone for a while, buddy.
Joey?
I was gonna raise Chad's story. Did you hear about the guy from Wisconsin that faked his own death?
Love that. What
This
is
is
happening here? What is happening?
So, a Wisconsin guy was chatting with this Uzbekistani girl.
What is happening?
Some internet website. He's married with 2 kids, and he goes kayaking and fakes his own death, like drowning in a lake.
Oh
in
yeah, I
Wisconsin.
did see this.
And the day before, he like was walking on the street, and there was like a TikToker that like interviewed him, and was in the video he's like, I think I might do something crazy. Like there's this girl I love, and I think I'm just gonna go do it. And like didn't tell the TikToker he had a wife and 2 kids or whatever. But yeah, he fakes his own death, goes over to Uzbekistan, and like everyone's like, somehow they found him, maybe through the TikTok video or something. But yeah, he's in a lot of trouble.
Oh my God.
He's like a lot of trouble.
Very nice. I'm gonna go over to Kazakhstan.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
I don't know what is going
Joey,
on.
or should we call you Nidal Ahmed Mimon? Where have you been?
Why am I associated with Pakistan?
Yo, that's wild. Yeah, look, just Serge says it in the comments. 2 wild stories to start things off. We didn't even talk about a plane flipping upside down and nobody.
Denzel did not do it first because he was coked out and a lot of people died.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. There was a lot of stuff in his system when he.
That is crazy. No one died from that crash. Though.
Wait,
like,
was there
the
coke
videos
and
of it?
Sullenberger?
I saw the video.
System?
Wild.
Insane.
It's like the pilot thought he still had like 50 feet left.
Yeah, he
just slammed that bad boy into the ground, and it just flipped over.
Was Sully Sullenberger coked up? Was he on hard drugs?
No, the guy that Denzel Washington played in that movie.
It was like the Alaska flight or something that he was
flew it upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know what's going on to start the show, but it's great. When we get into the meat and potatoes of our episode, we got a lot to talk about when it comes to All-Star Weekend. There's a lot of debate about that. I will hear your thoughts on what the NBA did. Obviously, the NHL, different situation, and we'll talk about that. We've got the Guardians, pitchers, catchers, spring training, everybody's out there now, and so we're getting ready for Guardians baseball, and we've got a lot more that we're going to get to, so hang on because this is going to be a great episode here on episode 251. But before we get into any of that, first thing we got to do is Garage Beers of the Week. So you guys start. I've already got people. Chef Brian K has talked about Earl Grey tea tonight. That's nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice little thing.
Hot.
Paramjot's got orange juice ready to roll.
Wow.
So let us know what you're, not a lot of beers here, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I have a feeling some people are going to put some beers into the comments, but it's time for us to do our Garage Beers of the Week. And Joe, since it's been so long since you've been here, why don't you kick us off with what you're drinking tonight?
Got a little Jimmy Ale today.
A little what?
A little Great Lakes Christmas Ale.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it a good batch?
It's a great batch.
God, I fucking hate you guys.
Not skunk at all. That's actually real good still.
Good batch.
Yeah.
Same damn batch that it's been for 30 years.
No, absolutely not true. I wish beer kept well enough where I could like 1-to-1 compare them year on year. That'd be nice.
You can just listen to the guys that brew it and say, yeah, we've never changed the recipe on this ever. So same batch every year. Anyway, Christmas ale in February. Gotta love that for you, Joe. Chad, what are you drinking tonight?
Where the hell has Drew from Brick City been? Has he drank too many Bush Heavies and just doesn't stay awake?
He might have OD'd on the Bush.
Jesus Christ.
The fistful of Bush.
Well, Joey, I'll see your Christmas ale in February, and I'll raise you a pumpkin ale in February.
All right, let's go.
I'm doing a whole hot pumpkin ale. Joey and I are just going to spend this episode one-upping each other.
Yeah, we're just one up at each other.
That's it.
You may have a chance to do that in just a little bit. You may have a chance.
To one up me again?
Well, you may have a chance to one-up each other again, is what I'm telling you as this show goes on.
I love
Serge in the comments, drinking a Macallan 12. Nothing wrong with that. A little scotch drinking a little bit tonight. Boys, I stumbled upon a brewery that I had never been to. And my wife made an appointment to pick something up. We had to drive out to Oberlin the other day. And it was in the middle of the giant snowstorm that came through that like shut everything down. It was awful. It took us forever to get out there. And we get out there and we're making our way to this place that we're going to pick something up. And we drive past this like kind of one of those like metal buildings. And it says brewery on the outside. And we were like, huh. I couldn't have told you what city we were in, by the way. Like we were out there.
All right.
Turns out we were still in Amherst. But Amherst is kind of big.
Yeah.
And we were in like southwest Amherst, like way the hell out there in Amherst. And so we pick up our stuff and we're like, all right, what are we going to do for lunch? And Katie's like, why don't we go just check out that brewery? We go to the brewery. We're the only people there. They still haven't even plowed the parking lot. But we pull in. We pull in and we ride up. And this brewery is called ESP Brewing Company. Oh. And it's like a little mom and pop shop. It's like 3 years old. It's a little mom and pop shop brewing company. They built the building themselves. They ordered one of those like metal buildings that you can construct on your own. So these two people did everything on their own. And I got to tell you, if you ever find yourself way out west of Cleveland and you're in the Amherst area, you got to go give this a shot because the beer is delicious. The beer is great. And the thing I was even more surprised about is usually somebody opens a brewery and then they hire somebody from another brewery to come make the beer. Well, apparently the guy that opened this brewery is he's a microbiologist and he just had a passion for making beer. So this is all just his homemade stuff.
Yeah.
He was not a brewer before, and he just got into the brewery game and made his own brewery. And I got to tell you, man, I've been to some breweries where like, they were like, we got this person from this brewery and it's going to be awesome. And then you go into the beers are like, I went into this place. For the most part, the beers were delightful. So I got to give a shout out to this mom and pop place, ESP Brewing Company. It's part of the Cleveland Passport. It's on like the beer passport. So if you're trying to complete that, you're going to have to make your way out there anyways. Go check it out. Great spot. The people that own it are great. Even the food was pretty good. And so tonight I've got, you know me, boys. I am an IPA and stout guy. But the best beer that I had at this brewery is called McCrookie's Gold. And it's like an Irish red ale.
All right.
So it's called McCrookie's Gold. And it's just a nice red ale. Looks like this. It's delicious. It's awesome. Just like it was better. They had really good IPAs and good stouts, and this was better than all of it. So give that place. I had to give them a little shout out. The lady that took care of us, they weren't even going to open that day, but they did. She was the wife of the husband and wife that owns it. She was great. And man, they deserve a shout out. If you're ever out that way, go check them out. They're awesome. So that's ESP Brewing.
Perfect.
And those
you do. If I ever make my way to Southwest Amherst, why were you out there?
We had to pick something up in Oberlin.
Okay.
And we were out. We had to go through Amherst to get to Oberlin in a snowstorm that was dumping like 8 inches of snow on the ground in like 2 hours.
Wow.
It was a blast. Total blast. It was fun driving. It was fun driving out there going like 15 miles an hour the whole way.
So much fun.
Yeah. So those are our garage beers. Oh, look, Gregory's in the comment. There he is. There's Gregory, Keystone, and Jaeger. As usual.
God.
As usual.
Saving this.
Stones and Jaegers. Those are our garage beers of the week. Keep putting yours in the comments. But now it's time for us to get into episode number 251 here on the Garage Beers podcast. And boys, I think we're going to start. I mean, it's been All-Star week basically for both leagues, the NBA and the NHL. The NBA All-Star game this past weekend. We'll dive into that a little bit. Cleveland had some good representation, 3 All-Stars in the actual game itself. Plus, They had Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley in the skills contest. They had Darius Garland in the 3-point contest. Good showing all around by the Cavaliers. And you've got the NHL on their break, which is the Four Nations break, which maybe we'll just start there.
Let's talk about who did it better. Who did the All-Star break better?
I don't think there's a conversation on who did it better.
No.
Guys, this Four Nations thing is amazing.
Oh, it's awesome. It's the World Cup. We don't get this with hockey, though.
This is amazing.
You get it with every other sport. I mean, basketball sends NBA players to the Olympics now. You get it with soccer, obviously. Football, whatever. Baseball, you get it with the what's it called? Baseball Classic? World Baseball?
The World Baseball Classic.
But we haven't had this with hockey 20 years, maybe? I don't know the last time NHLers played in the Olympics, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah. And how fun is it just to get some like countries out there?
Yeah.
Get a little hometown pride. Like,
yeah,
that's a good time.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a lot of.
And then the World Cup of Hockey is happening again in 2028. Let's go.
Is it? Sweet.
Let's go.
I think you'll see a lot of this, though. Like Paramjot, I don't even watch hockey, but I watched USA versus Canada. Yeah. And you were treated to 3 fights in 9 seconds.
You were treated like the most perfect hockey game you could have ever watched as a newcomer to hockey.
And you know what else you're getting treated to? Rematch tomorrow night. Get the hell out of here. This has been the only thing I don't understand about this, because this is essentially the All-Star break for hockey, correct?
Right. Yeah.
The only thing I don't understand about this is like, what are we leaving Alexander Ovechkin like out of the All-Star festivities? Like
Russia deserves a team.
Russia doesn't have a team. Then you've got some of those Central European, like the Czechs. There's a bunch of Czechs. There's a bunch of really good Czechs in hockey. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing I was like, what about these other guys though that are some of the best players in the NHL? Is it just kind of understood that like nobody really cares about the All-Star stuff, so let's do this instead and it's more fun? Is there talk? I don't know, Chad. Maybe you've dove more into this than other people. Is there talk of like switching up the countries every 4 years? Or, I mean, because obviously I think you've got the big 4 countries without Russia. Right. US, Canada, Finland, Sweden. Those are your big 4 in the NHL if you don't include Russia. But what are we doing about these other guys?
I think if you could you could probably deduce why Russia and Ukraine and those countries were not involved this year in the Four Nations. I'm assuming if there was no war going on that they would have allowed, they would have done something. It would have been like 5 nations or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was an international ice hockey thing where they banned Russia, Ukraine, like Belarus, like all those types of countries from international play because of the war going on. Yeah. So that's it. That's really all there was. I mean, obviously, you'd be stupid to not involve Alexander Ovechkin if something like this wasn't going on. But that's the reason. It's upset. But I tell you what, it definitely hasn't deteriorated the play on the ice between these 4 nations, dude. This has been awesome through and through. Even that first game, right? Canada and Sweden, right? You thought Canada was going to pull away with it, but run away with it. But Sweden, man, what a comeback, right? And I mean, these games have been intense, pretty much outside of the U.S. and Finland.
Yeah, it's the only thing I couldn't stop thinking about. Otherwise, like, yeah, they're going at it, right? Like, and it's just a laundry list of the best players in the NHL outside, maybe Finland, because they're just all Carolina Hurricanes. It was the Helsinki Hurricanes,
pretty much.
Finland. And then otherwise,
and UC Saros. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. But you could tell this meant something. And I'm trying to think, like, I guess I'm just trying to work out in my head how they make this just the thing from now on. Just forget about nobody gives a shit about All-Star games. Nobody cares about All-Star games. No. Everybody acts like they do. Nobody does. So, but this is something you can get behind because it's country versus country. Right. So now you're watching all your favorite players play together, right? I think it also does things to make certain guys stand out, right? Like for me, the guy that has stood out outside of the guy that we will talk about, let's leave the one guy alone because we will talk about him. But for me, like I'm watching Team USA and the guy that stands out, and this shouldn't surprise anybody, but with the failures of his NHL team being so laughable over the years, when I see Austin Matthews out there skating around, I go, shit, he's the best player on that team. Easy.
Yeah.
Like he is unbelievable.
Sure. Yeah.
But it really just puts into perspective how awesome these guys are, and you see them a little bit different. And I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I hope it's something that they can just sustain and keep moving forward with.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. I think this is good, like litmus test this first year. I would love to see a 6-team tournament though. You get 2 groups with group play, and then you get like a semifinal and championship out of that. That's where I'd love to see it go. Obviously, you can't make it too big.
You
But
can't play that many games.
I feel like 6 could be a potential sweet spot in there.
6 or 8. I mean, you could have 2 groups
Yeah,
of
you could do
4,
8.
and the winner of each group takes it on. Just depends on how many countries you're going to come up with.
Like the catalyst of it is they had to put a good product out there, and all the games have just been so fun to watch. Like it's just what hockey does best is like there's no load management, there's no worrying about injury. To be honest, like a couple guys backed out last minute because they were dealing with some things, like and obviously you have to be healthy for regular season, but like the guys are playing like playoff hockey out there. Like it is the entertaining brand of hockey that like you hope like new viewers are coming in to watch and be like, okay, yeah, I can get behind a team this year. Like that's exactly what they need.
Yeah, I mean, and pride is on the line. It gives you something to play for. Country pride. Yeah. It's literally just like the Olympics, right? I mean, it's and then hockey players are prideful guys anyway. I mean, if you put something in front of them and give them something to play for, like that 3-on-3 tournament or whatever was like, whatever. You could tell they just didn't care. But if you got a trophy, you got country pride on the line, and these guys were just going at it. These guys have been going at it. Yeah, and they just, I don't know. They it's why hockey's the best, man. It's why hockey's the best. I just love it so much. But yeah,
this has been good. Obviously,
as far as All-Star games.
Yeah, well, it'll be, luckily, there were a couple injuries that went through. That's the thing you always worry about with something like this mid-season. And that's why you're always going to have struggles with sports leagues and doing mid-season tournaments and mid-season all-star games and stuff. And why aren't they playing with the utmost intensity is, if you're the Toronto Blue Jackets and you watch Austin Matthews the Toronto Blue Jackets.
Holy shit.
Wow, the Toronto Maple Leafs. I combined the Toronto Blue Jays and the Columbus Blue Jackets, and that's my favorite thing. The Toronto Maple Leafs, and you see Austin Matthews get like, or if you're Ottawa and you see Brady Tkachuk leave the game with an injury, you're going, oh, this sucks. I hate this tournament. Why are we doing this? But at the same time, like, as long as the players are in it, as long as the players think it's great, it's something that should continue, because I think you have hit the nail on the head from a marketing perspective. And you saw it in the comments. If this is your exposure to hockey, you're probably going to come back and watch more hockey.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this has been great. The Four Nations tournament, the U.S. and Canada are on track for a championship match tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I thought it was Thursday.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. I'm sorry, Thursday.
Yeah,
right.
I'm losing track of what day it is. U.S. and Canada, a rematch. The U.S. took the first one. Man, the U.S. looked unbeatable throughout their first couple games. They fell yesterday to Sweden, but they also didn't have Austin Matthews out there, and they didn't. I mean, I think the U.S. sat like 3 or 4 guys, and then they lost Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, they clinched a spot in the championship, so they didn't need this game.
Yeah, no Austin Matthews, no Matthew Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk went out with injury, so yeah, they didn't have like their full-on A team out there, and Sweden took it to them a little bit. But U.S. and Canada set up for that rematch, and as a Blue Jackets fan, there's 2 things that are standing out. One, and the very fun thing that is standing out is Zach Werenski has been a catalyst. He hasn't just been like he looks pretty good out there. Zach Werenski has been a catalyst for Team USA, man. He's got an assist does he have an assist in every game? He has 4 assists, 4 or 5 assists
He has
think
5
so.
assists. He's got 5
assists in 3 games. That assist he had against Sweden yesterday was unbelievable.
It was
where he
sick.
basically took the puck all the way down the ice
Yeah.
and made a perfect pass. But man, Zach Werenski doesn't just look like he belongs out there, guys. He looks like you could build the team around him.
You know what's crazy about Zach? Like every time I watch him, my first thought is like, this guy's so slow. Like he looks slow on the ice, but he's always in the right spot. Like ever since he got back from injury last year, I think was his first year back. He doesn't. I just feel like he doesn't get burned a lot, and he's just always in the right spot. Like he might not look like the fastest guy on the ice, but like he's there. He's there. He's always setting something up. He's very unselfish on the ice. It's very fun to watch.
Yeah, you know what it is with Zach? It's not that when he's healthy, it's like, when I don't know who's a good example, like a Cam Newton, right? Cam Newton didn't look fast, right? But he looked like it was almost like he was gliding, like very safe, right? Like Ken Griffey Jr. out on the base, it didn't look like he was trying, and some of the best athletes, they make it look easy, and I think that's what it is with Zach. It's like when he's at full strength, when he's at full health, he's just so silky, he's just so smooth that it looks effortless for him, and that's what he's been all season. He's having the season of his career right now, and it's continued into this Four Nations faceoff.
Yeah, we've watched him throughout the course of this season, and he's been so impressive. And damn it, he's finally healthy.
Yeah,
and he's been so impressive as a guy. He's been an all-star before, right? This isn't new. He's always been a good player, but he's had trouble just staying on the ice. Well, he's been on the ice pretty much the whole time this entire season, and he's looked great. And then to see him come out and look like one of the best players on the ice when you're talking about game after game with the best players in the world, it's a standout moment for Zach Werenski, and I love that they can't stop talking about him.
Right.
Even in one of the intermissions of yesterday's game against Sweden, they were just the whole TNT crew was just gushing over Zach Werenski and how great he's been for Team USA. And that's the Zach Werenski that the Blue Jackets are expecting back to kick off the back end of this season, along with getting some other players back. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But a really awesome story for the Blue Jackets. The other awesome story, even though it's a sad story, but the Johnny Gaudreau, the Johnny Gaudreau locker, I think it's so cool. And that he had that impact, and he had such an impact with Columbus and the Blue Jackets, and the fact that Team USA, when they give out their Player of the Game award amongst the team in the locker room, it's Johnny Gaudreau's Team USA jersey.
Yeah,
because he would have been a part of this team. He may have even been a captain of this team, and the fact that they just are keeping his memory and keeping his presence and kind of doing everything for Johnny Gaudreau. They had his dad at practice. That's been so cool to see. And when I think it was Brady Tkachuk, he scored. He had the couple goals that first game, and he was the player of the game. And he put the jersey on backwards, so it said Gaudreau, and he gave like a speech as to why they're doing it for him and his memory. Man, just really cool. And again, just to see the impact that one of our guys, one of our Blue Jackets, had. It makes you miss him all the time. I miss him all the way through this season. The Blue Jackets are having, because it's been so much fun. But what an impact, and what a cool thing they're doing for him.
Yeah, I mean, the tribute continues. I mean, it's a classy thing to do. I mean, he would have been a stalwart on this team as well, and just it's really cool just to see the different ways that teams and USA Hockey and everybody just keeps his memory, keeps his name alive, and everybody just keeps saying his name. Just saying his name is so important. I mean, not only to the hockey world, but to communities of Calgary and Columbus, and it's just, and everywhere else. It's really nice to see.
Yeah. So we go from one all-star situation in the Four Nations tournament. Again, final game Thursday, U.S. versus Canada. Been a little bad blood, U.S. and Canada. We've had fights out on the ice. We got fans booing national anthems. Been some bad blood between U.S. and Canada, which has been pretty fun.
Let's go.
That winds up. So we go from a passionate situation like that to the NBA All-Star Weekend.
I didn't watch a single fucking second of this thing.
No, but I know about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The most I watched it, the most I watched was the clip of Donovan and Evan winning the skill competition, and then the way Victor and Chris Paul tried to hack it.
Well, I was just going to say, you talk about this kind of best possible outcome situation for hockey and the Four Nations tournament, and then you switch over to this NBA All-Star Weekend, and they're trying desperately to find things
Yeah.
to make this better, right? Adam Silver, if he had hair, he will be pulling it out, trying to figure out how to make the NBA All-Star Weekend a better situation. And then to kick things off, they do the skills contest. I think some of the stuff on All-Star Weekend is fun. I actually think the celebrity game at All-Star Weekend is one of the more fun things they do, because watching a bunch of celebrities play basketball is kind of fun. And then you'll catch some guys that are pretty good, or men or women that are pretty good. But they get to the nuts and bolts. Saturday night is the big night for All-Star Weekend, right? It's the skills contest, it's the three-point contest, and it's the dunk contest. And they get to the skills contest, which I was watching just because Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley were in it, and they end up winning it, which is cool. And the very first two guys out there are Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama, and they decide that they're going to cheat at it.
Yeah.
And I went, holy shit, this is worst case scenario for the NBA.
Yeah.
This whole weekend is already something that people are like, about. And then they come out, and instead of shooting the shots they were supposed to shoot, they just grabbed the ball and threw them down the court, and then just kept running in the skills contest. And they got disqualified, but I can only imagine the people like Adam Silver, the people in the front, the head NBA people, were fucking livid at that situation. That couldn't have been, I know it doesn't seem like that big of a deal in the scope of things, but with this weekend that they're trying desperately to figure out, and they're trying desperately to rebrand and all that, to have your first two guys in your big competition come out and just make a mockery of it right from the start. It could not have been a bigger nightmare scenario.
Yeah, what was the goal? So the clip I saw was Wembanyama just I think they're at a 3-point part of the competition. He's just basically chucking balls towards the goal, not even shooting, just throwing it on the ground, basically.
The first part, the way it works is you do 3 bounce passes into a goal, and then you have to do a chest pass into a goal and hit the target. And then you're supposed to run up, and you get 3 chances to make a 3-pointer. And if you make it, you can move on. If you shoot all 3 of the 3-pointers and you miss all 3, then you can move on, but you have to shoot all 3 first. And then you move on to an elbow jumper, where you get 3 chances to make an elbow jumper. And if you make one, you can move on. But if you miss all 3, then you can move on.
So it's a time. You want to get the best time.
Yeah, they just went up and just missed all 3 on purpose really fast so that they could just get the best time. It wasn't
a requirement to make them.
No, but you had to shoot it 3 times. So it was just a travesty.
Oh, man.
Just an absolute travesty.
Tough.
What? Well, maybe just take it away. Maybe just take it away until you actually rethink the formula of this whole thing, right? Because that is the worst case scenario. If you have players now making a mockery of this, obviously it's not fun for them. It's not important for them. It's not. In watching that, it's not fun for the fans. So maybe just take it away until you figure out a new plan. All right. You can't keep workshopping things and making it worse and making it more boring. Just take it away.
Yeah.
And so for the actual game, though, I heard that the players seemed like they were actually trying, which is a good positive and a good departure from what it's been in past years for the actual game.
There was
3. Oh, go on.
There was much more effort that happened because they had the different scenario. I think the whole thing was kind of weird. They played to a number. I don't know. The whole thing was kind of weird. I watched for a hot minute the All-Star game night. I was like, okay, this isn't. But yes, the effort was definitely better in the All-Star games themselves. But it's still, I don't know. I just continue as we go on to just lean towards, and even in hockey, baseball, just get rid of these things. Just give everybody a week off. Go ahead and name your all-stars. Go ahead and like name your all-stars and be like, hey, these are our mid-season all-stars, and give them a fucking plaque or something that's like, you were an all-star that year. But like these games, they all suck. They're not fun. Like hockey's different with the Four Nations tournament, but I mean when they do like the normal, like the regular all-star game, those guys aren't
It was
out
the
there
same thing.
playing.
Nobody watched it.
What?
Nobody watched it.
No. Look, that pro football has figured out that like having a football game means nothing. We'll do like a flag football game kind of for fun. And then we'll just have like a weekend in Vegas where if people decide to watch our guys do like a skills contest, they can watch it. I think that's the better way to do it than to have a game. Nobody, especially in basketball. And listen, basketball, I think, has it the hardest because the skills contest stuff, like how many ways can you dunk a basketball?
Yeah.
I love the dunk contest. And I have like a fundamental argument with people like the dunk contest sucks now. And I'm like, no, the fuck it doesn't. You've seen everything at this point. You can't grow a third leg and go between that and then dunk it. You can't like, you can't do.
Some guys can.
You can't like, you can't do. You can only dunk.
I did, Joey.
I maybe use the wrong phrasing there, but like, I'm watching the dunk contest, and then you go back to like the Vince Carter dunk contest, which I think everybody probably agrees is the best of the dunk contest.
Oh, sure.
And now the stuff Vince Carter was doing is stuff that guys now like. It would get if a perfect score is a 50. If you did one of those Vince Carter dunks, you would maybe get a 30. Now, like, there's just. How many times can you dunk? To me, I think the 3-point contest is very fun still because I don't know. It's just fun. It's a fun. You never know who's going to win it. Darius Garland put on a pretty good show. I don't know. I think the NBA's got it. They've got it the hardest trying to keep it fresh because you can only do so much.
And the skills competitions, though, are much more impressive than the actual games, right? Like in hockey, even with the skills competitions there, like the stick handling, the shot accuracy,
shot speed.
Shot speed. Like those things are much more exciting than the games. But what do you guys think about your boy Darius Garland maybe wanting a 4-point shot there, Mike, for the rule change, just to make NBA a little more gimmicky?
Oh. Pretty soon it's going to be that Rock and Jock basketball. Remember Rock and Jock basketball on MTV?
Yeah.
Where they had the
trampoline one?
No, Rock and Jock was like a celebrity basketball game.
Slam ball?
Slam ball, yeah.
Slam ball.
You're bringing it back. Let's just switch to slam ball. Slam ball's way more fun.
Let's go.
Yeah. No, Rock and Jock was where they would put the one hoop like 25 feet up in the air, and that was worth like 5 points or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you shot all the way up to that one. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I don't know.
Pauly Shore just trying to weasel his way into to getting a layup.
I don't know.
Eliminate free throws, throw in some power plays, and like do something with that.
Fighting. Everybody should be able to fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sports with Knots says, how about an all-star?
Can we sign Draymond?
How about like an all-star 1v1 competition? Yeah, okay. That'd be different.
Right. That's a great idea.
But again, I think you just make it. I think these leagues should just go to like what the NFL is doing. Just kind of like gimmicky fun shit that it doesn't even have to be prime time. It could just be like, I probably am more likely to watch it and like midday on a Saturday, to be honest with you, when there's like not much else going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't figure out a way to make it competitive, like hockey has just done, then just do that.
Yeah, put it on middle of the day, make it gimmicky, make it fun for the fans, whatever city it's in.
Yeah,
make it interactive and whatever. But like, I don't know, these All-Star games, man. I'm not gonna sit down on a Sunday and be like, all right, I'm watching the NBA, and I love the NBA. I'm a total NBA guy, but I'm not sitting down on a Sunday being like, you know what? Instead of doing whatever else I could be doing, I'm going to watch this All-Star game. Like,
or be like baseball. Throw it on Tuesday.
Yeah, right. Do it some other day.
Put it on Tuesday. Who cares?
I mean, when you have Barack freaking Obama telling Tyrese Halliburton, like, you guys need to fix this fucking All-Star game. Like, you guys, this is terrible.
He should come in. I'm sure he'd have some ideas.
That's true. That's true.
So, anyways, in the vein of, by the way, shout out again to our All-Stars. Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley won that skills contest that was made a joke by Wembanyama and Chris. I kind of felt bad for Wembanyama. You could almost tell that he didn't want to be doing what he was doing, but Chris Paul, let's just say there's a lot of firsthand accounts of Chris Paul that he isn't that kind of guy. So shout out to them for winning the skills contest, though. Shout out, Darius Garland performed really well in the 3-point contest. He made it to the finals. It was Tyler Hero that ultimately won it, but Darius looked good, and it was fun seeing our guys there. But yeah, NHL doing it right. NBA still can't figure it out. So it brought me to this, boys, and I'm going to play a trivia game with you guys.
All right.
We're going to have to set a little bit of a time limit on this. So I'm thinking 3 minutes per round, and there's going to be 4 rounds.
Okay.
So I want us to keep it in this century.
Okay.
From 2000 until now. 2000 to present. I'm going to take each of our 4 teams that we cover.
Yeah.
The Guardians, the Cavs, the Browns, and the Blue Jackets. And I want to see how many All-Stars you can name.
Oh, shit. All right.
But you got to promise you're not going to look this shit up. You're going to promise you're going to get your faces out of your computers.
Yeah.
I want to see how many All-Stars you can name from those 3 teams or 4 teams.
From 2000 until now?
Yep. This is going to be a good time.
Like, are we going back?
How are we doing this round based, though?
No, you guys, it's not a contest. It's just how many can you guys get?
It was 3 minutes per round.
We're going to do it per team.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Okay.
Round 1 will be the Cavs. Round 2 will be the Blue Jackets. Round 3 will be the Browns. And round 4 will be, and I will tell you this, far and away the most, the Cleveland Guardians / Indians.
Okay.
Yeah, we go all day on those.
All right.
So let's kick this off. And we're going to go to the Cavs first. And I will tell you, the Cavaliers have 9 All-Stars. And again, it's just individual players.
2000?
The Cavaliers have 9 guys that have made. Now they have quite a few guys that made a lot of All-Star games, but they have 9 guys that have made the All-Star team since 2000. Some really obvious ones and some really not obvious ones.
Say what you just said again.
What's that?
Say what you just said again.
I said they have quite a few guys that made a lot of All-Star teams, but they only have 9 guys that have made the All-Star team since 2000.
A lot of guys have made multiple teams.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So let's kick it off. We're gonna go 2.5 minutes. I don't want this to take too long. You guys just call them out on your mark, get set, go.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Big Z.
Carlos Boozer.
Nope.
Donovan Mitchell.
Ira Newell. Damon
Nope.
Jones.
Nope.
Evan Mobley.
Sasha Pavlovich.
All right. Quit being a douche.
Jared Allen.
2002.
Jared Allen.
Evan Mobley. Darius Garland.
Darius Garland.
Is that
Evan
5?
Mobley.
No, it's 6.
So you guys have 6. You're missing 3.
Booby Gibson?
Nope.
Eric Snow.
Jesus.
Rick Snow.
There's really only one name on this list that should be difficult for you guys to get. I can't believe you're missing 2 of these names.
2000. Was Andre Miller 2000?
He did not. Nope.
Is it going to be one of the weird rentals during the LeBron area? Like,
Nope.
no,
Well,
not like
what
a Dwayne
about-
Wade kind of thing.
No. Not a rental. All of these guys played many years with the Cavaliers.
Many
Okay,
years
okay.
with the Cavs. Okay. All right. So I got to think towards the present here. Kyrie Irving.
Yes. Thank you,
Oh.
God.
Kevin Love.
Yep. So you're
We're
missing
missing
one.
one.
We're missing one, and that's like the tough one.
This will be the toughest one.
Is it
Okay.
early 2000s?
No. Mid. I mean, LeBron's first run.
All
I'm
right.
going to go off the comments here. Mo Williams.
Alonzo G.
We got it. I need you guys to go full screen so you're not looking at the comments.
Oh,
But yes,
Alonzo
the answer indeed was Mo Williams.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I'll look away from the comments.
Yeah, go full screen because the comments, shout out to you guys in the comments. All of you guys were screaming Mo Williams. I do like Zooks and Django said Kemp, who, by the way, Zdrunas Ilgauskas made the All-Star team. He was the first Cav in the 2000s to make the All-Star team. The person that made it before Big Z was Sean Kemp. So I love that. Brad Ward, Larry Hughes. No.
Did he just get arrested? Sean Kemp?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
For him.
Let's go. He was great that year. They made the playoffs that year.
I
Terrell
know.
Brandon, Sean Kemp. They were great.
That was a fun little team.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go over to the Blue Jackets.
Oh,
and let me tell you that there have been 13 Blue Jackets that have made an all-star team since the year 2000. On your market, set, go.
Rick Nash. Zach Orensky.
Boone Jenner.
Brandon Dubinsky?
Nope.
Dubinsky
Johnny
made it?
Gaudreau.
No.
Johnny Gaudreau.
Johnny Gaudreau.
Some of these are so good.
Jeff Sanderson?
Nope.
Nick Foligno?
Nick Foligno.
Okay.
Savard? What was his name? David Savard?
Nope.
Sergei Bobrovsky.
Bob.
Okay. Let's go with Fyodor Tutin.
No Tutin on the list.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You got 7 left.
Why can't I think of it? Sergei Fedorov?
Nope. No, Sergei didn't make it with the Jackets.
Oh, Jesus Christ. God, I'm embarrassing myself.
Yeah, you got 2 guys. I'll start giving some clues because I don't want you to be in silence. You got 2 guys that are like of the Torts era. One was a big, shocking trade that nobody saw coming, and then the other one was a trade.
Oh, Cam Atkinson.
Okay.
The other one was traded away in a trade that everybody saw coming.
Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
But
well, that's a good one.
Similar.
Yeah, similar. Okay.
Yep. Somebody that very clearly said, I would like to leave.
Seth Jones?
No. Artemi Panarin.
Nope. Seth Jones.
Panarin.
Oh, but Artemi Panarin.
Panarin didn't make it with the Blue Jackets.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
You've got another goalie on the list, and he's recent.
Not Korpisalo.
Jonas Korpisalo made an all-star team. Yep.
When?
And now you got some great names. So you got 30 seconds.
No. When did Corpy make it?
A couple of years ago.
As a backup?
I'll give you the year soon.
Adam Foote.
You've got some fun ones. You got like 20 seconds left.
Jake Voracek.
Nope. Now some of these are going to be really early.
Oh, wow. Early?
Yep.
God damn. Oh, God.
10
Tugnut?
seconds. No, Tugnut never made one. Shit. Not with the Jackets.
Okay. Oh, man. I wasn't a fan
I'm not
of
on
the Jackets
guesses.
in the early 2000s.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the first one. Espen Knutson.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay.
Espen Knutson.
Of course.
Ray Whitney.
Oh, Ray. Fuck.
Ryan Johansson.
Oh, yeah.
And then the one that was in like 2016 that I thought maybe you would get, Chad, what's the opposite of happy?
Oh, Patrick Laine?
What? No, what?
I'm just kidding.
What word is the opposite of happy?
Mad.
Sad?
Sod.
Brandon Sod.
Brandon Sod. God,
It's
that
been
was
so
awesome.
long that I totally forgot he was on the Jackets.
The opposite of happy, and you said fucking, oh my God.
Opposite of
No.
happy. I'm Sod.
All right, let's have a little fun with the Cleveland Browns.
Christ.
And I will tell you there's a lot of them here.
Said nobody ever.
Browns
Yeah.
Yeah. Pro Bowlers, and you got 28 to name.
All
Holy
right.
shit.
I feel
Since
good about this
2000,
one.
You've got 28 to name. On your mark, get set, go.
Joe Thomas,
Joe Thomas,
Nick Chubb,
Nicky Chubbs,
Denzel Ward,
Denzel Ward,
Josh Cribbs,
Joshy Cripps.
Helen Winslow?
Helen Winslow.
David Njoku?
David Njoku.
Who is the punter?
Don't even. You just
Chris
you don't even help.
Gardocki?
No, Chris Gardocki did not make it.
No,
He
who's
should've
like the punter
Phil
with the hair?
Dawson?
Oh, Phil Dawson. Yeah.
I think you're spending too much time on punter here, Joe. Phil Dawson, yes.
Okay, I'll stop with the punter. Derek Anderson?
Derek Anderson. What a
He made
get.
it
What a
in
pull.
2007.
Well, I mean, it's kind of easy to weed out the quarterbacks.
Braylon had to have made it that same year then, too.
Braylon, yeah. Peyton Hillis?
Peyton Hillis did not make the Pro Bowl that year.
Terry
Got a
Kirby.
Madden cover, but no Pro Bowl?
You're
Okay.
right.
Terry Kirby.
Terry Kirby did not make a Pro Bowl. No.
No. Joe Jaravicious.
Nope.
We're missing
Ben Gay.
recent people.
You're missing a ton.
Ben Gay.
You're missing current players.
Miles Garrett, sorry.
Thank you.
That's a big one.
You're missing more current players.
Joel
Miles Garrett,
Batonio.
JOK.
Joel Batonio.
Wyatt Teller.
You said Miles Garrett, JOK, Wyatt Teller.
Yeah.
Yep, all of them. You're missing a guy that made it this year.
Jerry
Greg
Judy.
Newsome? No.
Jerry Judy.
Amari Cooper.
Mari Cooper.
Oh,
Let's see. Andre and Andra Davis.
Neither Davis.
Huh?
Neither one.
Okay. How many have we got down?
A bunch. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more to go.
Holy shit.
Charlie
Okay.
Fry?
Nope. Charlie Fry.
I don't
You got
know.
a minute.
Did Dalvin Tomlinson make it?
Nope.
No, he did not.
All right, you've got a defensive back that shares a name with a last name with a current defensive back that has also been on this list.
TJ Ward?
Yeah, TJ Ward. Good
Okay.
one.
Oh.
You've got a long-time cornerback that everybody loves.
Oh, Joe Hayden.
Joe Hayden.
Didn't Brodney
Yeah.
Poole make it?
No. You've got two awesome tight ends.
DeQuell Jackson. Did he ever make
No,
it?
DeQuell didn't.
Two
you've
awesome
got-
tight ends.
Two tight ends that are just great names on this list. You've got a wide receiver that should just be defined as a flash in the pan, but also
Gary Barnage.
Gary Barnage comes off the list. That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
No way.
Josh Gordon?
Josh Gordon.
Oh.
You've got another wide receiver that is credited for changing the culture of the Browns.
Oh, Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis.
Yeah,
Jarvis.
okay.
So you've got another tight end that I will be shocked if you get. You've got a safety.
Obviously, it's Aaron Shea.
Nope. You've got another offensive lineman that was really tough to watch him leave.
Mitchell Schwartz?
Alex Mack.
Alex Mack, not Mitchell Schwartz. You've got an Ohio State defensive back. That's nickname was cooler than his actual name.
Ronnie Hickman.
No. You've got the most generic white guy linebacker of all time.
Who's that guy from the Saints? Scott.
Nope. Oh, you're thinking Scott Fujita? No, not him.
Yeah, that's it.
You've got a long snapper.
Oh,
dude.
generic white guy. Joe.
Yep.
Joe. What the fuck was his last name?
Generic
Schobert.
Joe.
Joe
Joe
Schobert.
Schobert.
Oh, Joe
Yep.
Show. Yeah.
That's it.
Charlie Hewlett?
I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to see if you can get any of these other people. You got a safety who
Hewlett.
went to play. What'd you say?
Charlie Hewlett.
No. A safety went to play with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first ever Pro Bowler for the Browns was a linebacker, my all-time favorite defensive player for the Browns.
Jameer White. Jameer Allen. Jameer. What the fuck was his
Allen.
last name? Jameer.
Great taste. Great taste. Less filling.
Jameer Miller.
Jameer Miller. Nice one.
Oh, who was that guy that flash in the pan safety that went to the Jags? He got all those turnovers that one year for the Browns.
Yep. You've got
what was his name?
You've got the all-time linebacker or all-time long snapper guy.
Ryan
you've got-
Pompriand.
Yes, Ryan Pompriand.
Let's go.
All right, so the three left are the safety that went to the Jags, a big-ass defensive lineman, that's a massive human defensive tackle.
Clint Washington?
Nope. And the Ohio State safety.
No, Sean Rogers.
Sean Rogers.
Sean Rogers, Ohio State safety?
So you got an Ohio State safety and then the safety that went and played with the Jags. I'm just going to see if you guys can roll this.
Safety. Who the fuck was that name for the Jags?
Safeties.
Like I remember because everybody wanted to re-sign him and everybody was upset that they left for the Jags.
This is a last name that usually gets spelled with a B, but instead there's a P in it. No, it's not the first letter.
Oh, okay.
And come on, how about this Cleveland, Ohio State boy? This Cleveland boy that came home to play for the Browns.
Dante Whitner?
Yeah, Hittner.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, you got 5 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry, and you were missing a tight end too. You're missing a tight end. A wild name on this list.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm thinking of Harrison Bryant.
No, we're talking about a guy who, if you flip his last name and first name, you get an actual Pro Bowl style player. And actually, I think when they called his name on draft
Jordan
night,
Cameron?
yes, they called him
God.
Cameron Jordan.
He made a Pro Bowl?
Yes, Jordan Cameron made a
What?
Pro Bowl. So we got
Holy
one
shit.
last guy. Can you get him? 5 seconds. Can you get the safety that went to play for Jacksonville?
No. It's
Deshaun.
Huh?
Deshaun.
Deshaun
Gibson.
Gibson. Deshaun Gibson.
Yep.
That's
Wow.
it.
That was that. Oh, guys, I'm pretty impressed, man. You guys nailed some of those.
That's it.
You guys nailed some of those. I'm
I'm
impressed.
shocked that the Gary Barnage, Cameron Jordan, or Jordan Cameron tight ends in the Pro Bowl.
You know what the thing
And-
is? The Browns have been such dog shit for so long that I've just forgotten a lot of guys.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Who are these guys? Thank you for getting Jameer Miller. I appreciated that.
Right.
All right, so then the last group, and the one that you're going to have, I think you're going to have to name the most, yeah, easily. You're going to have to name 35 Cleveland baseball players
Since 2000?
that have made an all-star game since 2000. I'll give you whatever amount of time we need here. So why don't you guys just start naming names? Since 2000, Cleveland baseballers, go.
Jim
Jose
Tomey,
Ramirez.
Chuck Finley.
Well, hold on. Whoa.
That's 90s.
Jim Tomey, no. Chuck Finley, yes.
Jim Tomey?
Did you
Really?
Did you say Jose
Not-
Ramirez?
He did. Yeah, I said Jose. He didn't make it in 01.
Nope.
That was his last
Kenny
year.
Lofton did though, didn't he?
No, Kenny Lofton has not made an all-star team with the Cleveland baseball since 2000.
Okay. Well, let's get
Grady
some.
Sizemore.
What'd you say, Chad?
Grady Sizemore.
Sizemore did, yes.
Cliff Lee,
Cliff Lee, yes.
CC Sabathia.
Sabathia, yes.
Cody Allen.
No Cody Allen, surprisingly.
Yes, Cody
Whoa.
Allen.
Oh, I don't know why it doesn't. Yeah, you're right, but he did.
Josh
Yeah, I mean,
Barfield.
There it is. What'd you say?
Josh Barfield.
No.
What a pull. Corey Kluber.
Corey Kluber.
Yeah.
Himmy.
Himmy. Give me a minute. Yep.
Josh Naylor.
Kluber, Himmy, Naylor,
Kwanzaa.
Wanza.
Andrew Miller.
Andrew Miller. Good pull. I was
Peralta.
wondering if we were going to forget Andrew Miller.
Johanny
Clase.
Peralta.
How could you forget?
Lasse, yes. Johnny Peralta, no.
Oh, shit.
Ronnie Belliard?
Ronnie Belliard, what a pull.
Didn't Ryan Garco make one year?
No.
Bob Wickman?
Where are you pulling these names? I love this show.
I know them.
The
What'd
guy
you
who
say?
had weed sent to his home, like made out to his dog. Chris.
Did you say you looked it up?
No, I just said I know them.
Oh, I love it. Yes, Chris Perez.
Chris Perez. That
Yeah.
guy.
I'm just going to give it to you because that's an all-time great story.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Travis Hefner.
Pronk?
Did we say Pronk yet? Maybe we did.
No.
Jason Michaels.
No. Jesus.
Man. So yeah, Prong.
Did Chisenhall make it?
Nope.
Well,
Casey Blake?
didn't Jake Westbrook have a good year that he did
Jake
made it?
Westbrook, I love that.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
relievers are the tough ones. I think.
Victor Martinez.
Victor.
Yeah.
There you go.
Who else is from that team? There's I feel like 3 outfielders I'm missing.
You're missing some. I'm going to just say right now you're missing 2 guys from the current team.
For the current team.
Correct. That made it this year.
No.
Tanner Bybee.
Nope. All right. Sorry. Not two guys that made it this year. Two guys from the current team. One guy that made it this year.
Oh, okay.
Said Josh Naylor.
Yep.
Yeah, said Josh Naylor.
One guy
David
hit a
Fry?
walk-off homer against the Yankees
David
in
Fry?
the playoffs. David Fry.
Yeah,
Oh, David Fry.
there he goes.
Oh, every time I think about him, I get sad. We're not going to get him until like July.
Shane Bieber.
Beebs. There you go.
The Beebs.
Let's see. You do have some pitchers left. Man, you got one pitcher that is so obscure. I mean, like, we're all going to remember him, but like, he made an all-star game and it's going to drive you crazy.
Joe Smith.
No.
What type of pitcher?
He was a starter, but then he was kind of a bullpen guy, and then he went back to he had one good year, really.
Fausto Carmona.
He had one good year, and he was hurt all the time. Now, you said Fausto Carmona, but it is Roberto Hernandez. I will give you him. That's not who I'm talking about.
Carlos Carrasco.
It was Fausto to us.
It was Fausto to us. No. Little short guy that threw like 100 miles an hour and was really good one year, but then could never get it back, and he was hurt a lot. You also have another starting pitcher that was like the ace of the staff. He threw it a weird arm angle, and he wore tall socks. I'm gonna give you that.
Justin Masterson.
Oh, Justin Masterson.
Justin Masterson.
Yeah.
You've got a closer.
Joe Borowski.
No. You got a wild name at closer here. It's recent. It's a recent wild name at closer. And then he was a setup guy after he was a closer. And then you have a starting pitcher that, let's just say things didn't go right for his career.
Rafael Betancourt, not the starting pitcher. But
Nope.
Things didn't go right for his career.
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer.
There it is.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Otherwise, you guys got to start going backwards a little bit. I mean, there are still some players, certainly from like the 2010s.
Coco Crisp.
No, you've got a guy that almost gave us the moment of the World Series, but then it wasn't really the moment of the World Series.
Oh, Rajai Davis.
Nope. You've got really
Jason Kipnis?
Yep. The foul ball.
Okay, Kipnis.
Oh.
Who else was on that team? You got a couple more left.
Cabrera?
Well, yes, as Drupal Cabrera is on this list.
Okay. Shin-Soo Choo?
No.
Really?
You've got some other guys from that 2016 team still on this list. Two
Paul
of them.
Bird?
No, what?
Franklin Gutierrez.
No. Oh my God, guys, you're gonna kill yourselves when you think of this.
I know you are. This is.
Well, it's hard to think because it's so many people. Casey Blake?
No.
What?
Dude, just give yourself a break on the recent ones for a minute. Start going all the way back. Go back to like
Omar
2001. Yeah, Omar Vizquel on the list.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I forgot.
Keep naming names from that era.
Okay.
David Justice was 90s, wasn't he?
Nope.
Roberto
You got
Alomar.
Roberto Alomar, yes.
Jesus Christ, Chad. Travis Fryman?
Travis Fryman, yes. There we go.
Okay. Eddie Taubensee?
You stupid idiot.
Juan
No.
Gonzalez?
Yes, Juan Gonzalez. There you go.
Ellis Burks?
You've got a guy. All right, I'm going to start giving you some. Oh, you still got a big name from those early 2000s teams. Big name.
Milton
Big.
Bradley.
He wound up killing.
Brandon Phillips.
No, he wound up killing.
Bartolo Colon.
Nope. He wound up killing the Cleveland Indians more than he would have ever hoped.
Not Brandon Phillips?
Big home runs in the playoffs.
Killing the Indians. Russell Brandon?
Nope. Guys, one of the all-time greatest Cleveland Indians hitters, and then he went to play for another franchise and was just as awesome there.
It's not Jim Thome?
So
Nope.
we're going 2000 and on, right?
Yep.
Richie Sexton? No, Manny Ramirez. Fuck's sake.
Manny Ramirez.
Man Ram.
He got an all-star appearance during
Yep.
the 2000s with the Indians?
Yep.
See, in my head, like
That's where I'm
he's
getting
just
messed
a
up.
90s player. In my
Yeah,
head, he's
that's
a
where I'm getting
90s
messed
player.
up
That's
too.
why I forgot that he was on the 2000 team.
All right, let me help walk you through. So we've still got two more. You've got three more guys, you morons, from the World Series team.
From what?
Okay.
Oh, from the
The
2016.
2016.
Josh Tomlin?
Sorry, the 2016 World Series team. Nope, not Josh Tomlin. You guys are going to slam your heads into
No,
a
wait,
wall.
wait. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. This has got to be. I mean, I'm going to kick my own ass for this.
Yeah. So I'm going to start giving you clues because I don't want this to take an hour.
Yeah.
One of them is back.
Carlos Santana?
There you go.
Oh.
One of them, they were doing rituals of like chicken sacrifice to try to get his bat working again.
Pedro fucking Serrano.
No, but similar.
Mike Napoli.
No.
No.
Lonnie Chisenhall.
Nope.
Okay.
God, what's his name?
He went out and signed a pretty decent
Oh,
contract.
Michael fucking Brantley.
Yeah, well, he's on the list.
Well, he's
yes.
one of them.
Okay.
That's a great one. Oh,
Tyler
big guy.
He was
right?
a catcher.
He was a catcher?
Jan Gomes.
Jan Gomes.
Oh, yeah.
And you are missing the franchise player from that era, by the way.
From 2000. Oh, Francisco Lindor.
Oh.
You stupid morons. All right. These last three are going to be, this is like expert level impossible. So I'm going to give you clues and we'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah.
An outfielder that played for the Minnesota Twins, and who Robbie Alomar was traded to the New York Mets for.
Holy shit.
He came back in the Robbie Alomar trade. It was in the comments, but you're not allowed to look.
It's in like third grade, dude.
It's a great poll in the comments, but you're not allowed to look at them.
I can't see the comments right now.
All right, I'm gonna give you this one. If you got 5 seconds on this one. 3, 2,
Wait.
1. Shooter McGravin had it. Matt Lawton.
I would have gotten it.
All-star with the Cleveland
Yeah.
Indians. All right. You've got a closer. He was a lefty. And he's recent. He didn't throw very hard, but he had a really good year.
He's got a hard last name?
No. Easy last name. 4 letters.
From what year?
It's a part of your body. The 2010s, the teens.
Brad Hand?
Brad Hand.
Oh, look at that.
He was an
Made an all-star game. And then you've got this other guy from the same era that kind of reminds you of a lot of the guys that have kind of come through and had like one really good, it's kind of like Tristan McKenzie style, one really good year. And you thought, all right. And then like he always got hurt and there was always a problem.
Danny Salazar?
Danny Salazar was an all-star.
Danny Salazar. What a
Cleveland
name.
Indians. What a good pull.
Really?
Those are our all-stars.
Wow.
Those are our all-stars.
Wow.
For all of our
Wow.
teams going back to 2010. And guys, you didn't need a lot of help.
Appearance?
What?
Clevenger never got an all-star appearance?
I don't.
Huh.
Did we say him?
No.
I don't know. That was the list that was my baseball reference list. So
I feel like we got a
Zebulzinski?
pretty good amount though on our own.
I think you guys did great. I think you guys did. I was
Vinny
impressed.
Pestano. Wait, are we done?
Yeah. Pestano.
Josh McDonald.
Oh,
TJ House?
wait, John McDonald?
John McDonald.
Yeah, there we go. Josh's cousin, John.
We did have
All right,
Vinny
boys, let's
McDonald at
do
one point.
asshole of the week. Let's call somebody out for being an asshole or a group of people or whatever. And again, Joe, I'm just going to kind of fork things over to you, man. I need to know who's been an asshole. Who's been an asshole this week?
Something about living in the South and when snow's about to come is just the wildest shit. It's insane. Like we're supposed to get like 3 to 4 inches today. And like my wife and I went to fill up like gas in the car because like we were out of gas today. And we also went to pick up Chipotle. 5 minutes down the road, took us almost an hour to get home today. So much traffic, so many accidents. People just drive. It hasn't snowed yet. People just driving into each other out there. It's stupid. Like they don't know how to do it. You go to the grocery store, your eggs are gone, your bread's gone, your beer's gone. It's just dumb. Like I just don't like. Why is this such an event? I don't like to have my grocery days dictated to me by the weather. Like I would just like, I don't know. It's just exhausting.
All right. Idiots in the South. I love that.
Yeah.
You saw Paramjot in the comments. LeBron was his asshole of the week. Yeah, that was a tough look for LeBron.
What happened?
If you didn't hear, LeBron decided like an hour before the All-Star game that he wasn't going to play in the All-Star game. And That's a dick move.
Yeah.
It's a dick move because you know what? You should just accept the All-Star bid and then say like 2 weeks earlier, like, you know what? I'm going to get some rest during that week. That way somebody else can take the All-Star bid. That way somebody like Domantas Sabonis, who's having a really good year out there in Sacramento, can become an All-Star. And instead, it's a dick move by LeBron to just be like, yep, All-Star, All-Star, All-Star. And then all of a sudden, an hour before the game, he's like, nah, I'm out. I'm not going to do it. Like that was a dick move. So I agree with that. LeBron's an asshole of the week. Chad, who's your asshole of the week?
I don't really have one, but like, I think I'm just going to go with like people who don't respond to me when I just ask them to come on the show.
Jesus.
I mean, that's it. Tell me yes or
Who you got in mind, Chad?
What?
Never mind. Don't say
No,
it.
all right, that's fine. That's fine. I like this one. Shooter McGavin says Canada hockey is the
Oh,
asshole
yeah.
this week. You're goddamn right. You goddamn Gregory has like a story. The neighbor that decides to get stuck in your yard for 3.5 hours, leave ruts, and then doesn't kick them out. I even helped them get out, fuckers. Somebody got their car stuck.
Yeah.
Somebody got their car stuck in Gregory's yard. And Gregory, we also think your neighbor's an asshole. So
Yeah.
Suck it, Greg's neighbor.
Suck it, Greg's neighbor.
My initial thought on my asshole of the week was Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama. That was awful. That was awful stuff. And that was asshole material. I guess I don't know. I guess I'll go with the really like anybody that comments shit in Facebook groups, I think is an asshole. I think that may be my asshole of the week. For example, the kids didn't have school today. Did your kids have school today, Chad?
Wait, Tuesday? Yes, they did.
So our kids didn't because it was like -3 degrees when the bus was supposed to come get the kids this morning.
Ew.
I think my kids had school today because the district only has one calamity day left.
Yeah, we're out. Our kids already have to go 3 days into summer.
Woo!
But it was supposed to be freezing cold. Like, I think maybe my asshole of the week is anybody that just doesn't understand that sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes you have to put yourself in other people's shoes and understand that, like, not every kid has a nice warm ride to school in the morning.
Right.
Not every kid's parents can stay home with them or drive them to the bus stop because the bus doesn't even come to every house anymore. Not everybody's in the same boat as maybe you are. And some kids, it would be awfully dangerous for them to be outside for a half hour in -3 degrees temperature because their parents had to go to work and they got to go wait for the bus. Like, everybody has different situations, but man, the Facebook pages just blow. When I was a kid and it was cold, we went to school in t-shirts and we didn't even have cars. Like, shut the fuck up, Ted. You sound like an idiot. Your opinion blows. Nobody cares about it. And you're screaming into the void of Facebook and you're making no difference in the world. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. That's my asshole of the week.
All right.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right.
On the flip side, they've called off school like 2 days early here in Tennessee because like some areas are going to get like an inch on the ground. That's the part I could probably argue with a little bit.
It's fair.
The cold's a different story.
Yeah, I guess, but they don't handle snow all that well down there. Just you're sitting there talking about cars smashing into each other.
There's
like,
no snow.
I know, but if you're a school district and you know snow's coming, you're probably like, maybe we shouldn't send kids out into that assholery. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, right. Probably right. Probably right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Just other like little quick hitters. I want to spend like maybe 5 minutes on each of the next couple things, then we'll do our cheers of the week and get out. So we'll spend 5 minutes on kind of the Cavs and Blue Jackets outlook going into the rest of the season. Pitchers and catchers in Cleveland, in Arizona for spring training. We'll talk about that. And then one little thing on the Browns that I want to bring up. But let's go to pitchers and catchers because we just spent a minute talking about the Guardians / Indians and their All-Stars. But we're at spring training, boys. Everybody's out there. We're starting to see pictures. We're starting to see Shane Bieber on the mound pitching, even though he's not going to be ready for opening day. We're starting to see videos and all of that, and we're just under 50 days now away from opening day for the Cleveland Guardians, the reigning AL division champions, the team that went to the ALCS, and then the team that went into this offseason and said, yeah, baby, did you see all that success we had last year?
Yeah, right.
Son of a bitch. Best year ever. We're going to build on that by slashing payroll $40 million. Let's do it. And that's
Paul
what the Guardians
Sewald,
did.
come on down.
So
What a signing.
So how we feel?
Yeah.
How we feel? Here's the question: do we even know how we should be feeling about the Guardians this year?
Not at all.
Absolutely.
Not at all.
Do we?
Yeah, 100%. It's the
how should we
same
be
thing every
feeling?
year. It's just, does lightning strike or does it not strike? It's
Right.
the same thing.
That's the damn question, Joe.
It's the
That's
same
the
thing.
that's the crux of the question, Joe.
Well,
You
yeah,
don't know how to feel.
It's
No.
the same expectation every year. Third place in the Central, and we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, we're never gonna know. Going into
We're
the
never
years,
gonna
we're
know.
never gonna
I mean,
know.
Yeah, like look, it's a broken record. You got a great young core you're bringing back. You got a great pitching staff you're bringing back. Our bullpen's lights out. We got Pat Sewald who's going to lock down the. I don't know, maybe
Jesus Christ.
he
Who's
might lock down the long innings for us or something. But
We got a hell of a middle reliever.
we
At
got
a
a hell of an
bargain.
old. We got a backup hitting coach is what we got.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, don't
look.
forget about the guy coming off of Tommy John we just signed. Let's go.
Look, you bring up. You know,
Look
you
up
might
his
bring
name
up
real quick.
DeLauder
Jeff.
this
Look up his
year.
name.
You might bring him to Laudner this year. Like, who knows? You might see a little Bazana at some point. Like, I think there's plenty to be excited for with the team. You have some winning pedigree on the team now, especially when you get, David Fry back, will be a huge bump in the middle of the season. So no, it's not, the culture of the team minus Josh Naylor is here.
Yeah, but
And
that
so I hope
motherfucker
they
is not. That motherfucker is not. And that is
That's
the
sad.
problem.
Where's the Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sad.
No, guys, it's so many reasons to be excited. I'll tell you some of the guys that I'm excited about are the guys that went through slumps a couple of years ago, but then like Stephen Kwan.
Yeah.
Remember, great rookie year, kind of a slump. He wasn't terrible last year, but not last year, but the year before, but a little bit of that sophomore slump. And he answered. He bounced back in last year and showed that, like, yes, he is that good of a player. I expect more out of Stephen Kwan. I look at the outfield and I'm like, okay, this is something I could be into. Stephen Kwan and Lane Thomas, because he's still here. And he showed
Which is great, by the way.
Yeah, he showed you he's a valuable player. And then what do you do in right field? I think we could be done with Will Brennan. Chill Will is fun. I think Chill Will's cool. Maybe he's your bench guy, but in reality, it needs to be a combination of John Kenzie Noel and sometimes Kyle Manzardo and Chase DeLauder. Man, if Chase DeLauder goes into spring training and mashes the ball the way he did last year, quit fucking around. Bring his ass up, make him your right fielder.
If John Kenzie can just exist on that field and bat 230 with 32 home runs and gun people down from the corner and right.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
Well, I mean, it all depends on if John Means has a good year.
John Means.
John surgery, guys. He threw it. One time he beat Kevin down Cherry Hill. No, one time he threw a no-hitter as an Oriole.
Means, baby.
So he got that one for us.
Yeah. More no hitters than anyone else on our team has.
I think the outfield. I think the outfield's in a better spot than it was going into last year.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
That's fair?
But let's not be afraid of John Kenzie Noel. Like you got to give him a good power hitter's chance.
Play him.
He's gonna strike out. He's gonna have a low average.
Play him.
Get home runs.
Play him.
That's it. Play him.
Infield, you've got Jose Ramirez. You've got, I think the guy that I'm kind of most excited to see this year, to be really honest with you boys, is Brian Rocchio at shortstop. They have, maybe I'm getting worked up. Maybe I'm doing this thing that we do with the Browns where they post all kinds of off-season workout videos and you're like, they're going to be monsters this year. And then they're not. But man, they've said Brian Rocchio has been an absolute gym rat this year in the offseason, just trying to get better. Okay, Slate. I love the effort.
Around.
He was our best player in the ALCS, so you got that.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Hit ball as well as he did in the ALCS this year.
We don't know what's going to happen in second base. Like, part of me just hopes Travis Bazzana goes into camp and just says, I'm better than all of these people, and he shows it. I don't, that's not the way they typically operate, but man, I hope that happens.
Well, they showed a clip of him taking slow grounders today, so we got that going for us.
I saw that, but that backhand form was gorgeous.
It was slow awesome.
Gorgeous. Bazzana.
Oh.
So second base is the big question mark on the infield side, because Carlos Santana is going to be your primary first baseman.
Yep.
Kyle Manzardo is going to play first base a little bit. And you know who your catchers are going to be. It's Bo Naylor and it's Hedgie. And that's your lineup. And I don't know. I love Josh, but Carlos and Josh are pretty similar.
Yep.
Carlos is probably even a little bit more productive than Josh.
Sure.
And he's good defensively.
In some metrics, sure.
I didn't like the trade. I still don't like the trade. You traded Josh Naylor for a sack of nuts. And I still am mad about it. They act like, but this potential of this kid is nothing.
Right.
It's nothing. You traded him for a sack. You traded Josh Naylor for a sack of nuts.
You can't let us be excited.
If I'm evaluating the Cleveland Guardians for the upcoming year, I'm going, okay, well, Carlos Santana can fill the shoes of Josh Naylor, and I think we can be fine there. Okay. I don't like the trade. The trade still sucks. But okay. It's guys, it's going to be all about the pitching. It's going to be all about the pitching.
Yeah. It was all about the pitching last year, and then it wasn't.
But no, last year it was like, hey, the pitching's going to be good, but is this offense going to do any? Remember last year we were talking about this, the lineup had 4 or 5 holes in it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It turned out not to be.
With Estevan Florio.
Right. We had Ramon Laureano running out there and Estevan Florio. Ugh. Now it's the pitching. Now it's the rotation. And to a lesser extent, I think the bullpen's fine. But it's going to be all about that rotation. Can the Cleveland Guardians rotation figure it out? Can they play well enough till they get Shane Bieber back to keep this team in contention? I feel like they can.
I feel like early in the season you can.
I don't know. I do think the Jimenez trade. I think bringing back Luis Ortiz is a big get.
I think so too. I
like Luis Ortiz a lot.
He was the third guy in that rotation in Pittsburgh, and because they have 2 studs at 1 and 2 right now, and I think that just made him expendable for the right deal, and they got the right deal. And Ortiz, I'm excited to see what he brings.
He's also one of those
guys. Stuff looks electric.
It is electric, and he's one of those guys that throws the baseball in a way that makes it look like he's throwing a medicine ball.
Yeah.
Every time somebody hits the ball when he throws it, it looks like they have hit a 5-pound medicine ball. The ball just doesn't come off the bat the right way against that dude. And that's a beautiful thing to have. But again, does Joey Cantillo, does he find a spot in the rotation? You've got Ben Lively. You've got Tanner Bybee, who Bybee's probably going to be your opening day starter. But I don't think probably is the word. Tanner Bybee's definitely going to be your opening day starter. Can Gavin Williams figure it out? Tristan McKenzie's still around. Can he figure out a way to find his way into the rotation? The potential is there. It's just
you need guys to take the next step. And I think you're really looking at Gavin Williams and Joey Cantillo. I think
it's those 3 and 4 guys. And I think those are the 2 guys and Ben Lively in there as well.
But Ben was solid. I really don't have a ton of notes. You got hurt at the end of the season.
So you feel like 1, 2, 3 is going to be Bybee, it's going to be Ortiz, and it's going to be Lively.
Yes.
So now we're talking about who's going to take 4 and 5.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Gavin and Joey, but I need them both to take a step up, especially Gavin. Gavin is healthy. He needs to take a huge, huge step. He needs to do what Tanner Bybee did 2 years ago.
He did at times last year. He did at times.
Sure.
I think, again, keep an eye on, like, this is kind of like Tristan McKenzie's last chance, right? So,
I don't know if he makes the team.
well, yeah, he's either going to make the team or he's getting cut. Like,
Yeah.
cut, like, gone. Like, they're not going to keep him just lingering around the minors.
Right.
Yeah. And it might be time.
But again, you look at the bullpen, and you're still going to trot out Hunter Gaddis, Cade Smith, and Emmanuel Clase at the end of every game. Like, I don't think we can talk about how valuable that is.
I mean, yeah.
Like, when you know, and I know things broke down a bit in the playoffs, but regular season-wise, when you know 7th, 8th, 9th inning are on lockdown, when you know you just need 6 innings out of your starters, things are pretty good. And then you've got other good, you've got Tim Herron, and you've got still a pretty good middle reliever unit. Like,
oh, who's the guy that got injured last year that we didn't see at all?
Who was it?
Oh,
Henches.
Great. Why
Wasn't it Sam Henches?
Yeah, Sam Henches.
Yep.
He's coming back this year.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Henches, Herron, Andrew Walters, Eric Sabrowski was really good for them last year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're running it back in a way that I hate not trying to amplify the when you get to the ALCS and you're like, oh, we were just a few wins away from a World Series title, but we're not going to like amplify that. But at the same time, like, do I think this team could do exactly what they did last year? Yes, I think they're going to be really good again.
We'll see.
And again, I think they're still in a division that they should win.
Yeah.
Detroit's fine. They're going to be tough. Kansas City will be tough.
Right.
Minnesota's Chicago stinks.
Right.
But Cleveland's right there. Like, Cleveland's right there. They're right there.
Sure. They're in the mix. I think third place was the right projection for them, especially after the moves Detroit and Kansas City made this offseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we'll see,
yeah,
though.
I don't know. We'll see. Again, it's a big game of we'll see.
Yep.
It's always a big game of we'll see. Right.
Well, it has started. They're out in Arizona, and they're getting ready for spring training. And again, we're under 50 days away from the home opener, and I'm very excited for that. I was going to talk a little Cavs and Blue Jackets, but we'll maybe wait until after Thursday. We'll wait till next week. We'll really get into the back half of the season. We've got some guests that we're getting lined up for those. But here's the last thing. A lot of focus on the NFL draft right now, right? And we still don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with the entire Cleveland Browns offseason. You got Myles Garrett. It'd be shocking to see him traded, but we'll see if they make that move. But how do you guys feel about what appears to be Shedeur Sanders manifesting his way onto the Cleveland Browns? Have you guys seen any of this?
This is either the greatest like magic trick of all, or it's like he's literally wants to be a Cleveland Brown. Like this
massive
is
reverse psychology.
Yeah, it's like the greatest smoke and mirror routine ever in the NFL draft. Or
what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, he really wants to be a Cleveland Brown.
I don't think I've ever seen. Like, he does know the Browns have the number 2 pick, right?
Right.
Like, maybe he should talk about the Titans every now and then, right? Like,
no, he only uses the Browns.
I think Cam Ward's a lock.
Well, I don't know that he is a lock. I don't know that a quarterback is a lock. I think Abdul Carter might be very appealing to Tennessee.
People think, well, Mike Garafolo. If you talk to Mike Garafolo, he thinks they're going to take Travis Hunter.
Yeah, Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
The more I think about Travis Hunter, the more. You want to know what I really feel about these top guys in the draft? I think people are so analytical about everything that it makes them overly analytical, overly nitpicky towards the top guys in the draft, right? Like,
sure.
Every time I talk to
the top guys in the draft,
every time I talk to somebody about like Travis Hunter, they're like, yeah, but is he going to do this in the pros? And I'm like, have you watched him play? Like, at some point, you need to put it down for a minute and be like, that guy is a kick. He might not be the single best pure cornerback in this draft.
Sure.
And he might not be the single best pure wide receiver in this draft. But you know what he is? He's an elite cornerback and he's an elite wide receiver. And he's both of those things in this draft.
Right.
Like, why are we nitpicking this kid? And he probably immediately is the best kick and punt returner in football.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why are we nitpicking this?
Because everybody has to nitpick everything about the NFL draft. From Todd McShay to Mel Kiper to Daniel Jeremiah on down. Everybody to us, everybody's going to nitpick this because why? Because nothing's a certainty in the NFL draft.
No, nothing.
So
but it can be immediate impact and an immediate turnaround for your franchise if you get it right.
Sure.
Right.
And
It's high risk, high failure.
Right.
The guy that makes me think this the most is Shedeur Sanders, right? And I think part of it is this guy's been the presumed top quarterback of this class for the last 2 years in college.
Yeah.
Everybody's talked about Shedeur as the number one guy. He'll be the number one quarterback, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, Cam Ward. And now what you hear about Cam Ward is he's got a great arm. He does have a great arm. And he can really sling the ball down the field, but he's also super mobile and he can create in chaos and he can use his legs and he's better than Shedeur at that. So maybe and I'm like, maybe he is better. But a lot of the positives I'm hearing on Cam Ward are not exactly quarterback focused, but they're like athletic focused. Whereas Shedeur, he still has a big arm. He's wildly accurate. I mean, he's the most accurate college quarterback of all time.
Right.
Of all time.
That's it.
He's number one on that list.
Who's second?
He takes a lot of sacks. And he sometimes struggles to get rid of the football. And he's not a runner by any stretch of the imagination. He's a pure pocket guy. But like, I sit here and I think about it and I go, what kind of quarterback really excels in a Kevin Stefanski offense?
That guy.
Pocket passer. Yeah.
What am I missing?
Play action guy. Nothing.
I don't know that I'm advocating for them to take Shedeur Sanders or Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter or Cam Ward or any of these guys. But if the Browns wind up with Shedeur Sanders, I feel like there's a fit there. I feel like there's a fit.
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like there's a fit.
Just with the way the offense runs. Quick trivia. Who's second behind him?
Oh, I knew this.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Huh?
I don't remember.
A deceased fella now by the name of Colt Brennan.
Yeah, Colt Brennan.
71. Like the fact that more than one guy has completed 70% of their passes in college football is just beyond impressive.
Yeah, listen, I love the analysis. I love the breakdowns. I love diving, but we are less than 2 months away, boys, from our 5-year anniversary of this show.
Crazy.
Every year we have done this show, I have told you for years and years and years that my least favorite event in all of sports is the NFL scouting combine.
Right.
I hate the combine.
Right.
I hate that somebody's going to go out there and run a straight line 40-yard dash. And it's going to be like, well, did you see his 40? I know he was a 3rd round pick yesterday, but that 40 time first rounder, baby, first rounder. And it's like, who gives a fuck?
Climbing draft boards.
Who gives a fuck about his 40? Watch his games, evaluate the way he plays based on what you've seen when he plays games, because they're all on tape. The scouting combine is the dumbest thing. I think from a team perspective, it's nice that you get to go and like sit and talk with the players and interview them and stuff. That's great.
Well, and it's confirmation, right? Like if you have like a high prospect, like you still want them to be fast. Like if they go out with like a 5.5 and they're 40, you're like, oh, that's kind of weird for a wide receiver. Like maybe he's not a first round talent.
What did he trip?
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like it could help a little bit, but it's not like it's not the metric or the standard to put the athletes on. You're right. It's about the game.
Show me the way the guy plays football.
That's it.
Show me what Shedeur Sanders did at Colorado. Show me what Cam Ward did and before Colorado. Show me.
Oh no, Mike. No. We got to concentrate on his BPM +5 war dot 5.0 PWSP Niner is at a 2.5. So yeah, obviously he's the guy to take.
I think there's a place for all of it.
Yeah,
I think there's a place
for sure,
for
but
the
it's
analytics.
not everything. It's
There's
not
a
everything.
place. There's a place for the advanced metrics, and there's red flags and whatever. But like in the end, I've seen it time and time and time again where somebody maybe tests differently or doesn't test as well as some things as others, or some guy blows out the testing and they get overdrafted or they get underdrafted. And it was as simple as, did you watch the guy play?
Right.
Did
Right.
did you evaluate the way the guy plays when he actually plays the game of football?
Football players.
And listen,
That's how I feel about Cam Scatabo too.
Broken Arrow, 195 pounds is too small. Maybe. But again, this just goes back to especially from a quarterback perspective. There's no sure thing in an NFL draft. This is my favorite thing about NFL draft season is the amount of people that are so dead set in, I know what's going to happen. No, you don't.
Right.
No, you don't.
Right.
We laugh about Jamarcus Russell getting taken like it was obvious that he was going to suck. I'm going to tell you something. It wasn't.
No.
Everybody thought Jamarcus Russell was going to be the best thing that ever happened to the quarterback position. Everybody thought that. Everybody thought it. Everybody thinks that they have the answer to this stuff because somebody's too tall or too short. Somebody's too big or too small. Somebody's fast or not fast. Somebody ran the shuttle drill in this time or that time. And the answer is good players are good players. Go get good players. That's all I want the Browns to do.
Yep.
If you think Shedeur Sanders can bring that efficiency to a Kevin Stefanski offense in the NFL, if you think he can be that kind of player in the NFL, but you can even enhance it, go get him. Take him. I'm good with it. I'm tired of judging a draft the minute it happens. Because we've seen it time and time again that we don't know anything about anything until these guys play.
Right. Yep. Completely agree. There's so many draft experts. There's so many armchair GMs. There's so many everything out there. I mean, obviously, you can have an evaluation on a guy, but to say that you actually know what's going to happen, no, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Mike's going to have to shut down again, Joey.
Did he slam his table again?
Oh, yeah, he hit his mute button. He banged his knee in his table. But yeah, to say you know what's going to happen about a guy. No, yeah, you can watch all the tape, you can watch all the YouTube highlights that you want, or if you are lucky enough and pay the money to subscribe to the All 22 to pretend you know how to study film on a guy. Yeah, it's you have no idea whether his game is going to translate to the NFL or not. You just don't. You got to wait and find out. The old adage is you got to wait for a draft. You got to wait 3 years to see how a draft actually plays out. And here we go. The Browns are in that position right now, and they're in a position to take a quarterback. And you think they have to. You got to think they have to, or they might not. You don't know. Only the Browns know what the best path forward is for them, and we're going to find out on what is it, April 24th, 25th, 26th, whatever the draft is. Yeah, so here we are. We're going to find out whether it's Abdul Carter, Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, or if it's a trade down. I don't want to trade down. Do you want to trade down?
I don't think
Joey?
they'll trade down. I think if they got a flight risk on the quarterback, they're going to go Abdul Carter. And maybe get a little late rounder guy, which would be nice.
Yeah.
There's some intriguing options. If we can sign somebody like a, I don't know who's available this year. Kirk Cousins. I don't know if that's an upgrade or not. But
well, there's reports now that Sam Darnold they might let Sam Darnold walk. Are you? Would you be down for Sam Darnold?
Absolutely.
After the year he had.
Yep, sure would.
Right.
Because you need a rental and you need a draft.
Right.
You draft a quarterback and you need a rental if you want to win now with this team.
Yeah. Like there's reports out there for Daniel Jones too. And like in my head, I'm going, everybody's like, oh, no, don't take Daniel Jones. Don't do that. Don't leave Daniel Jones alone. But in my head, all I'm thinking is any veteran we sign is just a bridge guy to whoever it is that we draft anyway. So I'm not like anybody we sign, everybody's got to be well aware that he's not the future.
Yeah. Daniel Jones played for a horrible, horrible team for many years.
Terrible.
And did okay in that offense.
Terrible team.
But
then all of a sudden he's going to rip off like a 70-yard run, and then everybody's going to be in love with him. And no, don't put the rookie in yet. Like, you know how Browns fans work. As soon as something positive happens with the guy, they're going to go, no, you keep him in. You save the rookie for later. You're right. You save him for later.
No,
Hi, Mike. We were just talking about how any veteran that they sign this offseason, I'm going to be okay with, right? Like, everybody's freaking out about, oh, what if they sign Daniel Jones? Like, no, anybody we sign is going to be a bridge quarterback, right, to whoever it is that they draft. So I'm fine with anybody that they sign. Nobody they sign this offseason is going to be the future.
Dude, do you want to hear something weird?
Give
me Russ Wilson.
Yeah.
He's going to go to Vegas with Pete Carroll, but give me Russ Wilson. Give me Justin Fields. Give me Daniel Jones. Give me who else? Who else is good? Derek Carr maybe on his way to a release.
Sam Darnold might walk.
Darnold.
Nah, Sam Darnold's going to get a contract. Derek Carr I would take Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins.
Sure.
Derek Carr to me, I feel like you could go win with tomorrow.
Right.
Yes.
Like, give me Derek Carr. Let's go win games. But I'm with you. There's nobody they're going to bring in, Chad. You want to know the truth? They could bring in Zach Wilson, and I'd be like, all right, let's run things with Zach Wilson and see what happens.
Yeah, because it's not going to be the future. It's not going to be. It's temporary. It's only temporary.
But I also think they could win games with pretty much any of those guys.
Sure.
Yeah, you just need somebody literally competent. Well, a little bit, like a little competence.
It needs to be a step above what Jameis
tried.
The problem with Jameis is Jameis can't stop being the worst of Jameis.
Right.
The best of Jameis is amazing. It's that potential of a guy that can throw for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns and be awesome. But Jameis can't stop being the worst of Jameis.
Right.
So go run it with somebody else that maybe doesn't have that low of a floor. You'll win football games.
Right. But you could definitely win those games with the lower ceiling if we didn't have as many picks.
Right.
Well, listen, maybe if we pray to the Lord before, like if they sign him again, if we pray to the Lord.
Don't make fun of Jameis. I don't want to make fun. I'm not making fun of Jameis. I love Jameis, but like,
hey, if he does it and can get rid of pick sixes, maybe we can. Maybe he just needs a little help, Mike.
It's fair. All right. Now I'm mad because my microphone stopped working again. So why don't we get out of here? That's going to do it for episode 251, except for the fact that we got to do our cheers of the week. And so, boys, why don't we send it around the horn and let's do our 3 cheers of the week. Whoever wants to start.
My cheers of the week goes to Colombian President Gustavo Petro.
Wow. Let's go.
And my cheers for him is because he's trying to globally sell to legalize hard drugs. Like, he's quoted as saying this week that, you know what, cocaine is no worse than whiskey, right? If you guys just legalized it around the world, it'd be sold like wine. So I'm looking forward to the day I can buy a nice bottle of Cab and like an 8-ball next to it. And maybe they'll sell it in a bundle. I don't know. But cocaine and whiskey, clearly same.
Yep. No difference between those two.
Oh, God. Yeah. That's it.
All right.
Like, I was waiting for his eyes to blink like in an SOS, like Morse code, just be like, no, the cartels are killing people. Please legalize it.
He wants the tax money. He's losing so much tax money over there.
Yeah. Fair. I'm going to give a cheers. And my cheers is late because I meant to do this last week, but I got caught on something else. But I wanted to give a cheers to the TV show on Fox Sports, First Things First. Did you see what they did to Nick Wright after the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl?
Oh, yes. Yes.
One of the greatest episodes of like sports talk TV I think I've ever seen.
Yes.
Nick Wright was so confident. He's a big Chiefs guy, right? So confident the Chiefs were going to win. That's all he talked about was how the Chiefs were going to win. And so they ran the show as if the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. They had a band come out and play in celebration. They had balloons, they had confetti, they had cheerleaders, they had everything to celebrate the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl when the Chiefs got smushed by the Eagles. And it was I don't know that I've ever actually watched the show, but really one of the great episodes of sports talk TV like that I have ever seen. They went full on Chiefs celebration after the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl just to get at Nick Wright. And it's one of the best things I've ever seen. So I wanted to.
Nice. Well, your mic went off again, but we heard pretty much all of it. My cheers, I guess sad on one note, I won't be here next week, but happy on another note. It's my 2-year wedding anniversary, so shout out to my wife, and that's my cheers.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, Mike's done. Chad, you want to get us out of here?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, this is the best. Mike needs a new mic. Mike needs maybe we should start a GoFundMe for Mike to need a new mic. But we want to send out a thank you to everybody. Thank you to the OBR for letting us come on here and do this every week. We're just a bunch of idiots in our basement, in our living room, in our, wherever we are, and talk about all different types of Cleveland sports and sports from around the country as well. And we want to send out another thank you to all of you. As Mike clearly has Patty sleeping in I don't know if it's a dog bed behind his chair. I think he has Patty sleeping in a dog bed. Yeah. Thanks to all of you. I mean, this has been episode 251. We're careening towards episode 300. We have so much fun with this every week. And Mike is, yeah. Anyway, thanks to everybody. We're going to get out of here. But until next week for episode 252, we'll see you later, everybody.